Today's lesson is on multiplying fractions and whole numbers. After today, you'll be able to interpret and compute quotients of fractions. First, we're going to look at our key idea for multiplying fractions and whole numbers. Multiply the numerator of the fraction by the whole number, then write the product over the denominator. So we have 2 times 4/9. This would be equal to 2 times 4 over 9. And 2 times 4 is 8, so we get 8/9. We can also look at this as a times b over c, which would be equal to a times b over c, where c does not equal 0. For our first example, we're multiplying a whole number and a fraction. We're going to find 3 times 7/8. First, we can estimate. We're going to say that 7/8 is about 1, so we say 3 times 1 is 3, so our answer should be about 3. In order to solve this problem, we're going to multiply our numerator and our whole number. So we're going to multiply 3 times 7, and then write the product over the denominator, which is 8. 3 times 7 is 21, so we have 21/8, and that would simplify to 2 5/8. We can check and see if this is reasonable, and 2 5/8 is about 3, so our answer is reasonable. Now we're going to look at a couple of additional examples. You can pause the video and try them on your own, or you may follow along. We're going to multiply, and then we want to write our answer in simplest form. For number 1, we have 4 times 1/5. We're going to multiply our whole number times our numerator, and then put that over the denominator. So we have 4 times 1, and that would then be over 5. 4 times 1 is 4, and then we'd write that over 5, so our answer is 4/5, and this is in simplest form already. For number 2, we have 3/8 times 7. We're going to multiply our whole number times our numerator, and we're putting that over the denominator. So we have 3 times 7 over 8. 3 times 7 is 21, and then we have that over 8, and then we need to simplify this. 21 divided by 8. 8 goes into 21 2 times, and 2 times 8 is 16. Now we need to subtract. I cannot subtract 1 minus 6, so I need to borrow from the 2, and that becomes a 1, and then my 1 becomes an 11, and 11 minus 6 is 5. So I'm going to have that 21/8 is equal to 2 and 5/8. We get this because 2 would be our whole number, the remainder down here at the bottom, 5, would be our numerator, and 8 is our denominator. It's what we divided by, and it's the denominator in the problem. For our second example, we're multiplying a fraction and a whole number. We want to find 11/12 times 6. 11/12 is about 1, so when we estimate, we can do 1 times 6, which equals 6. So we know our answer should be close to 6. If you look at the remember box at the left, it says a common factor is a factor that is shared by 2 or more whole numbers. For example, 3 and 9 share a common factor of 3. This will help us when we are simplifying our problem. Now if we want to find our exact answer, we have 11/12 times 6. We're going to multiply the numerator and the whole number, so 11 times 6, and then we're going to write the product over the denominator, which is 12. So now we have 11 times 6 over 12. We can then simplify because 6 and 12 have a common factor, which is 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 12 divided by 6 is 2. Now we can multiply. 11 times 1 is 11, and we put that over 2. And then we want to simplify. 11/2 would simplify to 5 1/2. We can then check and see if this is reasonable, and 5 1/2 is approximately 6, so yes, it is reasonable. Now we have a couple of additional examples. You can pause the video and try them on your own, or you can follow along. We're going to multiply, and we want to write our answer in simplest form. For number 3, 9 times 2/3. We're going to multiply the whole number times our numerator, and then write that over the denominator. So we have 9 times 2 over 3. Now we can see if there are any common factors. If we look, we have 9 on the top and 3 on the bottom. We can divide both of those by 3. So 9 divided by 3 would be 3, and 3 divided by 3 would be 1. So now we can multiply 3 times 2, which is 6, and then we're going to put that over the 1, and if we simplify this, 6 over 1 is just equal to 6. For number 4, we have 7/10 times 5. We're going to multiply 7 times 5 and put that over 10. Now we can see if we have any common factors. We have 5 on the top and 10 on the bottom. Those both have a common factor of 5. So we're going to divide both of those numbers by 5, and 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. So now when we multiply, we have 7 times 1, which is 7, and then that would be over 2. And now we need to simplify. 7 divided by 2. 2 goes into 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. Now I'm going to subtract 7 minus 6, and I get 1. So 7/2 would be equal to 3. Our remainder was 1, so that's our numerator. We were dividing by 2, and the denominator in the problem was 2. So that's our denominator, so our answer is 3 1/2. Don't forget to fill out your notes, and remember to watch the video again if needed.